place us in, and ladies and gentlemen, the Thursday, Friday crew is back.
Better than ever.
Better than ever. Episode 2.
Dos. For all my Spanish-speaking friends.
Yes.
Que la que hay.
I don't know what that means.
I used to, but I kind of forgot already.
Just for anybody wondering, I am not trying to flex
with
this. I'm
it
not.
Feels like it.
I am not trying to flex.
I mean, but you see
so
that?
Listen, he doesn't have to try. See me? I'm like, camera adds like, you know what? Look at that.
Look at that.
Hold on, that is not reality.
Look
wow.
at that. Casper.
Hold on.
Look at that.
Let me give it. Ooh,
wow.
I like this. I need to be on camera more often.
Yeah, ladies in the crowd, calm down.
I need to be on camera. Just suck it in and just, hey, how's it going? Just, hey, how you doing?
Big guy.
Welcome to the Thursday, Friday crew, brother. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Slamming to a power, not sponsored. Nope. So I bought these stands that these microphones are on. I bought these. And perfect. We used them last week, as you saw if you watched episode 1. If you haven't, go do it.
YouTube, podcasts, all over the world.
At Thursday, Friday Crew on YouTube. Actually, you know what sucks is I look that up, and it always brings up a bunch of other bullshit.
Yeah, I realized that if you put in the Thursday, but it has to be capital T for the capital T for Thursday.
If you just put in Thursday, Friday Crew, comes right up. First result, yes.
See, I never did that.
So search Thursday, Friday Crew on YouTube, and you too can watch, like, and subscribe to the show.
Yes, and be part of
the Thursday, Friday Crew.
We appreciate it.
So, there's a little attachment here, a little screw that you guys can't see. And last week, unscrewed my mic normally. So, shameless plug. I do a little streaming. Thursday, Friday Crew is already more successful than my stream. So, there's 10 years of my life I'm not getting back.
It's all about the partnership. That's what brings it together.
It doesn't get any better than this, frankly. But so I go to remove the microphone, and it takes one of the bits with it. And I'm like, huh. And so I'm tearing up my finger, trying to get it. I'm like, this isn't coming. And so Lee is here, and I'm like, well, unscrew the whole thing, bring it down. I got this stool that it fits perfectly on. And so this is now my setup, and maybe we'll do the same for you at some point.
I don't know. I kind of like my setup.
You like? I know. Yours is a little more convenient.
But I feel like a grown man should have a wrench in the house somewhere because I feel like you can do that.
No, I do have one. I don't know where it is.
See, grown man.
Don't know where it is.
Need a wrench.
I have wrenches in the garage, but it was just like the time. I'm just going to do this. I don't care because then I don't have to unscrew this every week. I just
keep
unplug
it.
I'll just bring this down. I can't. I got to bring it back up. This is how I talk to people.
Oh, I forgot.
This is my daily driver.
Your cost cutter machine?
Yeah.
That's cost products.
So, we got some feedback on episode 1.
We got some love. We had a hate mail from my one cousin, but he's just a complete hater anyhow.
Wait, what did he say?
He said he'll never be able to get those 30 minutes back in his life. But I also
he didn't even watch the whole show.
Thing. I was like, yeah, because it was all an hour. He's just a hater in life.
Yo,
asshole.
you either choose to be crew. It's a choice, and it's one you have to decide. It's a commitment.
It is. See, you can choose to watch a podcast, but I couldn't choose you to have in the family. Because if I could have chose you, you wouldn't be in the family. But whatever.
We ain't
going to talk about that right now.
He's watching right now, and he's like, this is why I don't watch this show. And why are you here?
Whole bunch of hate email goes out to him later. But no, we did get a lot of love.
We did.
A whole bunch of love. A lot
constructive feedback as well.
Yes, a lot of people thought I had a Nissan, but the spin was that it was a BMW that I had. But I did buy a Nissan.
Yes. Ironically, which we will talk about. We will talk about that.
Yes.
But so there was some feedback around, how we face the camera. I'm going to put something here in post, so you can't see my hand right now. Maybe you can see part of it. There's going to be something in this general region. I'm the weatherman. There's a front coming in, and it's going to come in this east to west pattern, and it's just going to be the Thursday, Friday Crew logo, and we can do more with that in the future, because hanging something here
looks awful.
It wouldn't look, I don't know if it would look awful, but it's an inconvenience because I'm not the only person who uses this room. And so it's kind of weird to just be like, hey, this is going to be here forever now. Either deal with it or don't. I don't know.
I mean, that's neither here nor there because we have the whole space that we're going to be put up together. So this will be all used up for the Thursday, Friday crew.
We have the technology.
We have the know-how.
I'm getting it if I don't.
We'll figure it out one way or the other.
Also, with the looking at the camera thing, so it's something we will be more conscious of. Now, a lot of the show, I'm talking to the audience right now, but see, this is what we did last week, is we talked to each other. I'm talking to the audience now. So we're going to make a more conscious effort when we're talking to you, the audience, to look at you, the audience.
Yes, but I like to rather look at Christian because the big dimple's on the right side. So the ladies in the audience can see the dimple because I can be like,
I just like getting lost in these eyes.
Saw that flash?
That was popular last week. People liked the handhold.
They did. I did too a little bit. But,
you know, hey,
I'm
what's
saying,
up?
whatever.
How we do it?
I know your
Thursday,
girl's
Friday,
in the room,
crew.
but whatever.
Crew.
So, but Christian, how was your week?
Oh, my week has been long.
Let's say this. So we do tape on Tuesdays.
Normally.
Today is Wednesday. We had something pop up yesterday. But because some people were like, oh, why don't you answer the questions that are popping up on the side from the YouTube? Obviously, we can't answer them because it's not a live stream.
So it is a premiere, which is how I think I'm going to do it going forward. And then I'm going to launch the audio version at like 2 o'clock instead of like in the morning.
Okay.
So the premiere, you're going to kind of watch, if you're there for the premiere, you watch it beginning to end. You can rewind if you come to it late. You can do all that. I kind of like the idea of the premiere because, it's something that, ideally, at some point, we get the crew together.
Right.
And that's something that, someday we don't have to work on Thursdays anymore.
Exactly.
Because the crew has saved us from our 9 to, and that's not 9 to 5.
I mean, we just started paying producer Dave in the back over here. So
yeah, Dave, our producer.
You might see him in maybe
Shut
episode
up, Dave.
6. Dave.
Okay. Keep it down, Dave.
Dave, my mic's not working right now. Dave.
Dave just messed with the camera focus. I see you, Dave. New producer every week. Producer. Are they real? You'll never know.
Exactly.
But yeah, so someday, we'll be able to get a better setup. We'll each be, someday we can each have a camera. We'll have somebody who can actually like go back and forth between them. But right now, I have invested too much money in this already.
There is a laptop that's $4,000 that's sitting right in front of us, which wasn't my call, but somebody just decided to do it.
I'm very impulsive.
Very impulsive.
Dangerous. It's a dangerous life to live, but it's the life I chose. It's going to be a great editing machine. And now the camera matches the laptop, and so does the mouse.
I mean, it's dope.
Okay.
It's dope. It's not $4,000 dope, but
but that 18-inch screen, you can see it. I can read it from here.
That's
it is nice. It's pretty nice.
True. But how was your weekend, man? Do tell.
Long. I have been working since the last episode went up. Since episode 1 went up, I have been working every day since then. And I don't want to get into too many work details. I don't want this to turn into too much of a work show. We already had our our manager at our job, the store manager. He's just like, just make sure you guys don't say anything stupid about work that gets you fired. And I'm like, no, nobody knows where we work. It's fine. No. And anybody who does isn't going to say anything stupid because they don't want us to go. So we're good. But man, I get to work an 11-hour shift to close out my 9-day stretch.
That's why you get the big bucks. Bucks.
At least I make the overtime,
Speaking of work, let me tell you about the day I had at work.
See, you had much more eventful. Oh, I've had more, but you've had more eventful.
Bruh. Audience. So your boy had a day where it was like National Geographic at the store. So I'm outside in the back. So we have like a loading dock per se, right? Mm-hmm. So I'm out back helping the warehouse do its thing. So I'm outside. So if you can envision this, audience, say this is outdoors, pointed that way. your boy's looking into the warehouse like I'm looking at you. So I'm doing my thing, you know, I'm picking up stuff, writing stuff down. Something just told me to turn around and look, just turn around for some reason. So I turn around and I see something go like this, and then it turned and zoomed at your boy, right? Zoomed at your boy, right? So in a split second, I go like, whew. So I did some ill like Superman covering Lois Lane with the cape maneuver, right? All of a sudden, it felt like it felt like a person punched me in my shoulder. So your boy like falls over, like, ugh. So I fall over.
Hold on. How did your boy fall
like,
over?
You know what I'm saying? Like your boy fell over like that, right? So in my daze, right? I look up and we have an opening right there when I'm looking up that goes into the building. So I look up in a daze and I saw something fall and then I saw something disappear into the mist. I was like, what the hell just happened? And your boy was shook, right? So then a fellow employee comes outside like, doo, 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 doo. I was like in a panic. I'm like, did you see that? Did you see that? Did you see that? And he was like, what is wrong with you? He was like, what's going on? He was terrified because I was terrified. So then I'm telling him the story, and then like 6 other dudes come up, right? Mm-hmm. I'm telling them the story. There's something hit me, blah, 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 blah. And no one's believing me because there's no evidence of said beast anywhere in the area.
Said beast.
So all of a sudden, you know, I'm done telling the story. Blood pressure went down a little bit. Feeling a little bit better now, right? So one employee walks behind the counter and see this big bird that was like dead, that was like this big, audience, this big. Some hood ghetto pigeon thing that was this big, right? And then everyone's like, oh, what is that? What is that? I was like, bro, that's the thing I saw drop. That's the bird I saw drop. So all of a sudden, you hear, woof, woof, woof. I was like, holy shit. I was like, is that a cyclone in here? What is that? So then I look up, and it was like this bird of prey just flying. It was like, woof, woof, woof. And it lands. I was like, that's the thing that hit me. That big ass bird right there is what hit me. And I still have the bruise on my shoulder today to tell the story. Bruh, when that thing landed, it was like from here to there from like the table. Big ass bird.
Jesus.
Pterodactyl. Bird of prey. That's it. That's how my one day went at work, bruh.
Pterodactyl could be a good title for this episode.
Pterodactyl.
Pterodactyl.
Because that was a big ass bird.
I'm going to write that. Pterodactyl.
And then we had to call animal control, right? Why does it take animal control 2 days to come to get the bird? I was like, 2 days? I was like, we could have been dead in here. Like, what are you doing, animal control?
I mean, that sounds like animal control.
I had no idea that animal control was actually cops. I think
it depends on like what kind of neighborhood it is, because some have dedicated animal control. I think in more like rural areas, but in kind of where we are, probably just the cops.
I mean, she was affiliated with animal control, so she had like passed the online course to be part of animal control, probably.
Okay.
But she shows up 2 days later. But we had one guy, you know, our neighborhood outdoorsman, you know, hunt the bird down, capture it.
Oh, yeah.
Capture it and release it.
He was so proud. He still tells the story.
I mean, I'd be proud too. Like, that's a badge of honor.
Look what I did.
Like,
I'm the hero.
I mean, granted the Falcon / Hawk / Vulture, like, knocked himself out because it hit the wall and it just fell to the ground. And then he scooped and ran. You know what I'm saying? But he's still, you know, I ain't never seen nothing like that before. So he's, you know, he's up there in my book.
Yeah, there we go. No. I mean, I caught a very small bird in the building once. It was a team effort. Me and somebody else, we got it pinned in a box of like merch. And so I put the net right up on it and we tilted the box. The bird went in. I clutched it shut and I was just like, go free.
Yeah, see, that's real, man.
Go free, small bird.
Yeah, I mean, I fought a bat before.
You went to battle.
No, that thing hit me. Like, and I don't even know why it rushed me.
It declared because it wanted to intimidate you.
Pretty sure it was racist. Because the bird just attacked me for no reason. Like, no reason. I'm like, bro, you already had your food. I'm not trying to take your food from you. You're like 30 yards away from me. And he just came. That's the noise. And then, oh. Yeah, I mean, the whole thing. That's how it was, bro. All types of upsetting. But yeah, that was my day at work that day.
I don't have anything close to that.
That was awful.
No, I've just been people have been coming up to me talking about the improvements they've been making, which has been, that's heartwarming to me. I'm like, oh, people are coming, hey, that thing you told me to do, it totally works. I'm like, wow, it's like I do this. It's like they promoted me for a reason.
Yeah. It is what it is, man. It is what it is. What? Also got the new car.
I was gonna say, how is the new whip?
So let me tell you how the new whip is.
Okay.
So it's a Nissan Rogue 2023.
Welcome to the 2023 Car Club.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I've been gone for about 12 years or so.
Happy to have you.
But I mean, the car is pretty big, right? And it's this banging blues type of color. I mean, like it's
I have
nice.
to look at it still
Yeah.
when it's out there.
I mean, it's nice. It has all these bells and whistles that your boy has no idea. I was like, as long as it turns on, and like it was a struggle today to open the trunk because my daughter was like, "There's a button for the trunk," so we go outside hunting, like Indiana Jones style, like it's some Temple of Doom. We're just climbing over the car, like putting our fingers and hands underneath.
It doesn't
the
have
top
like
of
one
it.
of the motion things that
I
you
thought
just
it
put your
did.
leg under.
I thought it
Kicking
did.
the damn table.
And I went like this for like 6 minutes. Just this for 6 minutes, like all underneath the sides. No button. So it's a regular standard one. So like you click the button thing on like. It
Oh,
just
it's got
lifts
the
up.
little button underneath.
Yeah.
You push. Yeah. Okay.
So I'm like,
gotcha.
Like throwing gang signs up there underneath the thing like that.
Go
But-
web go.
But it drives nice. But I have no idea how to work anything. No idea. I had to physically put the clock in. Like I had to turn the knob. It was like 3:04. Then it took forever to get the AM PM button. No idea where that was. I was like, why is it not next to the button that I'm turning for the freaking button? Bruh, I was like, oh, there it is, AM.
Bro, that's what I like about my cars. Just like one big screen, and I'm just like, okay, settings, boop, 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 boop. And it just kind of looks like a bad version of Android. And I'm just like, okay, I can figure out a bad version of Android.
Right.
Tap this, do this, whatever. And then once I figured out, like, okay, Android Auto, always go to Android. Yes. Android Auto all the time, because then I could do it from my phone or from the screen, and it's
Which
whatever.
makes sense. Makes
and
sense.
I'm just like, okay, boop, 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 done.
That makes sense. Because your boy's old school. So I don't read no manual.
I didn't, no.
I don't read no manual. If I find a question, I'll just Google it. Like Google Rogue 23.
Sometimes the manual is easier though. When
Probably.
you're looking up that stuff, because your first like 10 results are either like a forum post from 7 years ago for a totally different car, or it's like one of those like SEO websites where they're just like, hey, we know how to learn that. This problem is very common for owners of the 2023 Nissan Rogue.
Right.
This thing, the 2023 Nissan Rogue is a vehicle by Nissan. It's called the Rogue. It's called the Rogue because it's a vehicle from Nissan. And they're just filling it. They're just padding it with like, and then like finally they get to the end and it's like, here's how to fix this. Go into your user manual.
Yeah, you gotta go through the first.
Excuse
50.
you?
The first 50, like it's filler from Bleach.
Yeah.
You got 50 episodes of it. You're like,
And then it's just like, yeah, and then just read the manga. just read the manga, you know? The anime ended before the first the first run did.
Right.
Just read the manga.
Just read it.
It's not happening. It's not happening, my dude. You're not that guy. What did you think you would come here and just get the answer to your questions?
right? Come on now. That's not what
The
this is.
audacity.
That's not what we do here. We don't do that here.
Unacceptable. Who do you think you are?
Oh God, bruh. So I was talking to my brother today, right?
Okay.
So he does a lot of traveling international. So he was in Amsterdam. He called me, right? Flying back to Detroit. So we're talking, right? So he's saying, trying to get something to eat. So he gets Burger King, right? So he eats, calls me back in like 15, 20 minutes. And they had the audacity to tell me that an Amsterdam burger and fries from Burger King was better than any American Burger King he's ever had in his life.
Sometimes that is true. Different regulations around meat and stuff. So sometimes, like in those countries, sometimes you get horse meat.
The horse
But
meat?
sometimes, there was a problem with that. I think in the UK at one point, like they were serving like horse meat instead of like beef or whatever. But sometimes you also get like a higher grade of beef because they just don't grade as low as we do.
Yeah. See, I wonder what horse meat tastes like now.
It's probably very lean.
I
have to imagine it's very lean.
Very lean. I can see that. But I refuse to believe that an Amsterdam Whopper is better than the good old US of A Whopper.
We will have to go to Amsterdam.
I'm down. So you gotta like and subscribe.
So listen, we're gonna start the Patreon.
Starts tomorrow.
We're going to record live from an Amsterdam
Yes.
Burger King.
Yes.
We're gonna
From
get the Whopper.
This was at the airport. This was in the airport.
Bro, but it's just sometimes like, when I was in high school, I saw the boxes of food we had. I didn't know what was in it, but it said grade D dash edible. It had to specify edible. It had to specify edible. Imagine like opening up this podcast. Maybe this is the title. Open up the, this week's show. Thursday, Friday crew, watchable.
Grade D edible. That's
Grade
crazy.
D watchable.
I've never heard of such. That is crazy.
And you know what? It's one of those dumb things that like I can remember what that food tasted like, and because it was like high school and stuff, it's
Yeah.
like I've got a soft spot for them. Like I remember those awful chicken nuggets.
Bruh,
and if you fed them to me today, I'd probably like throw it away. I'd be like, who do you think you are feeding me this? Do I look like somebody who doesn't understand what the food should taste like?
Grade A. Nothing better or worse than grade B. Grade B meat.
Listen,
only
is
goes
it a
to grandma.
passing grade? Don't put it on my meat.
Well, grade D passes, Yeah, because you ate it.
Fair.
Fair. Gotcha.
It's grade D passing.
Grade D passing. You might
Damn,
not.
I just got destroyed.
Yeah.
Ugh.
You might
I
have
want
diarrhea,
a
but-
C average, okay? I want at least a C average.
Now, question would be, would grade C seafood be worse than grade C regular steak?
Yes,
Explain.
because the ocean.
What are you talking about? Oh my god, that was the funniest thing. Oh,
Listen, the
yes,
ocean.
the ocean. Let's go.
The ocean is a big place.
Yeah, it
okay?
is a big
It's very,
place.
they're probably not sourcing it from very good locations. If they're getting seafood from the goddamn Hudson,
That is
it's
true.
probably
That
not
is
going to
true.
be as
Yeah,
good
you get it
as
from-
like beef raised outside of New York City. At least,
See, that would be the question. So, say
we have
you
to
get-
raise the cows on the Hudson.
Exactly.
We have to plant grass on the Hudson.
You gotta know where they're eating.
You need to subscribe to the Patreon
Oh
for
my God.
science.
I'm gonna start
We're
raising
go,
cattle.
We're gonna
now.
go to the Hudson. We're gonna build like an artificial island. We're gonna grow grass on it. We're gonna get one cow, and then next to it, we're gonna get a cage of lobsters, and we're gonna raise them in the Hudson.
In the Hudson.
and
See,
we're gonna
yeah.
see which one comes out better.
I'm pretty sure. So if you raise them in the Hudson, does it change it now? It's no longer Alaskan king crab, so now it's a
no,
Hudson
now it's a,
king crab?
now it's a Hudson degenerate,
Grade C or D.
a grade C degenerate.
I still
We're
think
a
it might
classy
be.
degenerate.
See, I feel like if you
The
put it in a
Hudson
lake,
is cleaner than it used to be. You can actually see in the Hudson now.
since there's no mobsters in there
No,
anymore.
actually, I watched something. I watched some video, and they were like, yeah, like New York actually like successfully cleaned the Hudson because they were like, yeah, you can actually like see in the Hudson now. They're like, they did it. They actually did it. Like, New York actually went out and did something. They were like, we're gonna clean up the Hudson, and then everybody one day was like, oh shit, they
can
cleaned
swim
up
in
the
it.
Hudson. When did I can see myself?
Right? I can put my hand in there and not lose a finger.
I don't feel like I'm gonna get like some kind of disease from touching that.
Oh,
It's like that episode of Seinfeld. You can actually swim in the Hudson.
I mean, that was crazy. I mean, gosh, I ain't laughed that hard in like 3 days. that was quite funny.
No, it's just the reality is I think seafood is always riskier than surf is riskier than turf,
I agree.
which is why I would always say a grade C turf is safer than grade C surf.
Right. Especially how polluted waters are, so that all makes sense.
Even aside from that, I just feel like seafood is probably a little tougher to prepare.
Well, yeah. I mean, you eat some type of
'Cause
sushi,
especially, like-
do it wrong, you get killed.
Exactly. Or even like shellfish. Like if you're making them like a lobster, you can't just, stick a thing in there and just be like, okay, we got 165 degrees. I mean, you probably can, but still, like you can't see it. You
Right.
can see the browning on a steak.
Right.
I mean, a good steakhouse, they'll sell you raw meat. If you're like, I want the steak, but give it to me raw, they'll
Right.
give it to you because they're that confident in the cut of meat that they're serving
Who
you.
does not like raw anything?
Listen, steak is one of the only raw foods that actually looks delicious raw. I would never eat it raw, but you can't tell me you look at like a nice cut of Wagyu and just be like, damn, that is a good.
This dude said
that
Wagyu.
thing looks delicious.
That
You ever
was-
watch those videos like the Japanese like preparing?
Yeah. I killed a lobster before.
I have a funny story about that.
So we go.
Yeah, okay.
We go to Price Chopper, right?
All right.
Your boy gets 3 lobsters, right? So it was me and my other dudes, right? So we're about to cook them, whatever. And my one boy was like, it's more humane to kill it versus you just dump it in some boiling ass hot water and it, them burn to death. So I was like, all right, bet. So I was like, how do you kill it? I was like, he was like, well, you got to stab it in the head. I was like, what? So your boy gets this big knife, right? Like some Rambo style knife. So I had my intro music come on because I can't walk around the corner like, dun, 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 dun. I was like, dun, dun. That's that killing music right there.
I need somebody to make me that track. Somebody get me a nice bass line of that track, and we can just play that like under Lee, like when he comes on when we introduce him. Bam, ba-ding, ding, ba-ding, bam, bam.
Bruh. But it was looking at me.
Oh yeah.
I was like, oh. So I grab it by its like body part, right? So I'm looking at it. It's looking at me. I look back down. Still looking at me. And for some reason, it felt like it gave me this head shake. It was just like, don't do it. It was like, don't do it.
And then you're just like, I've killed for less.
Yeah, I was like,
not today.
yeah. But I'm telling you, you kill your own food, it tastes so much better. I was like, this is the best damn life of my life.
So I have another lobster story. So I am not a fan of seafood. I don't partake because I'm just not a fan. Yeah, whatever.
I can dig it.
But I'm at a friendly gathering.
Okay.
They purchased lobster at the store, and they were like, "Oh yeah, we're gonna make these." And normally, what you do if you don't just kill it, you freeze it because that
Okay.
puts them to sleep. So when they hit the bat, they usually die before they realize what's going on. They did not do that.
Okay.
So the lobsters were very much alive, very much awake, very much aware of the steaming pot. And so my buddy Tony is in there.
Okay. Shout out to Tony.
Yeah, with our friend Allie. And they're both trying to make this. And the lobster is like, nah, and starts flailing. And so they have it in the tongs. It drops to the floor.
Yo.
The lobster is free. She is screaming. He's like, oh, shit. And so I go in. I'm like, what? And they're like, she's like, it's on the floor. It's on the floor. So I grab the tongs. And I'm trying to grab the lobster.
Yeah.
Now, let me tell you, in this scenario, your lobster was just like, brah, please. And like, there was a moment where it just like begged for its life. And you said,
Right.
no. This lobster was like, I will fight you.
To the death.
I'm ready to go.
Throw them things.
So I'm trying to grab it with the tongue, and it's shaking, and like there is something unsettling about a lobster moving around like that, like
Yeah.
fighting for its life.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I'm just like, oh, there is. I am coming to terms with myself a little bit here. I finally get a good grip on it.
Yup.
I get it up. I get it in the pot. You just.
And then all of a sudden you hear it just stop.
And I'm just sitting there, and I'm just like, oh my god.
What have I become?
They didn't even like the lobster.
Oh my God.
They were like, it was okay.
They didn't like it because they didn't do it. If they
No,
had
but
killed it would have been like,
I think
that's the best thing
like
ever.
the lobster was too rebellious, and that lobster fought for its life. Like
Yeah.
yours, no offense to your lobster. Your lobster understood the situation.
Well, he knew the hierarchy.
I know.
He could smell the alpha on me.
My lobster was not like prepared for me. It was prepared for two people who it could smell their fear.
Right, exactly.
And then I came in and I was like, bro, I am unsettled, but I am not afraid. I will fuck you up. I will fuck that lobster up.
Square biz.
And it took the hot bath.
The hot bath.
The hot bath. You ain't in the ocean anymore, my dude. The seas can't save you now. You're grade D for dead.
Grade D for dead. Oh, my gosh.
Oh, man. I'm putting that down.
That might go on a t-shirt. Grade D for dead. Oh, my gosh. That is...
I like how we had two very divergent lobster stories.
Like you were... Oh, my God.
Oh, man.
Animals and food, man. But I have much respect for people who, like, kill the animals for us to eat. I mean, I saw a slaughterhouse, like, video before.
Yeah.
And that was disturbing.
Yeah, there are definitely problems with how we source our food, and I am. How do I put this properly to convey my opinions while also saying I have no intentions of stopping eating meat?
Well, of course not.
Of course, animals are animals; they're not people. But I respect animals.
Of course.
Yes, there are animals that are socially acceptable to eat, and there are animals that are socially acceptable not to eat. Go fuck yourself, Pete. I don't care. You're not going to change my mind with your stupid commercials. But I digress. If they can get, like, I've had Impossible Burgers and stuff like that.
Yep.
And they're good.
Yep.
And if I am pro make, plant-based meat.
Disgusting.
As long as it tastes like the meat, I don't care.
Disgusting. Plant-based meat is disgusting.
See, as long as it tastes like the food I'm eating today, I don't care. As long as I get the flavor, as long as I get like that certain like profile,
I mean, yeah.
I am pro that. Because I'm also more than the animal part, I'm also pro like, it's better for the environment.
I mean, I did go a little stage where I was eating like a lot of salads and fruits and stuff like that back in my athletic ability days. And your body actually feels better, eating that type of stuff versus like red meat all the time and stuff like that. Like you legit felt better, but the food didn't taste good. Long term, you go back to what tastes good. Maybe
Listen,
if it cuts 10 years off your life, so fucking be it.
There's a reason there are so many carnivorous animals.
Facts.
Like nobody looks at them and is like, "How dare you? My chickens, how dare you?"
I'm still waiting for the day where a lion kills a zebra and then puts it on an open flame and you see it rotating it, like, just fixing it like that. Then next thing you know, it's like you got lions just cooking food out there in the Serengeti.
Lions like, no, it's unsanitary.
Yeah.
I don't want worms.
Yeah, what have we been doing for thousands
I
of
can't
years?
believe we've lived this way. The humans were right.
It's just so really...
Yo, did you see that dumb shit that like they're so apparently I don't remember where it is, but there are homosexual lions.
Okay.
And they said they learned it from seeing humans do it. So you're telling me two dudes decide, let's go out into the wilds of, let's say, Africa.
Let's say.
Where the lions roam. The pride lands, as it were.
Deer and the antelope roam.
Where the deer and the antelope play. And decide, right here, right now, let's do this. And then two lions are like...
Two male lions.
Two male lions, no less. One puts a paw over the other. We could do that. We could do that. You want to try it right now? Yeah.
Well,
and then they're like, hey, look, we got to show the humans. We know what we're doing. We're just like you.
Well, I've seen a gorilla suck off another gorilla.
They're intelligent animals. They just know. They know what they like. That's a dolphin. Dolphins do the same shit. Like, I don't know, but there's animals that do. Dogs do that.
Yes.
At a certain point,
well, I've never seen a dog suck off another
dog.
No.
But I'm talking about like, same equipment. Stuff, right? Same equipment, and they're just like, bro, let's just woof woof. Let's do this.
Yeah, because I don't think they know like the feel of like the lion vagina. They're like, oh, let me get this vagina. They just feel a hole. And you're like, oh.
They're just like, well, this is what's available to me.
Yeah.
Zip. The
They're like,
lion
well-
unzips its pants.
Or
and
maybe
it's
maybe they just like those big balls hanging from the back. Hey, no telling.
I mean, you know, the lions are out there
strokes.
cooking their food. They're wearing their Lee jeans, you know. Just
Jeez.
they've got the Bengals Super Bowl championship jerseys on, and they're just like, yeah.
That's because they sent them to the third world country.
They're just wearing a Bengals Super Bowl 56 championship jersey, Lee jeans. They've got on some Yeezys.
Yo, this is where Nike lost like $200 billion off of that Yeezy crap.
I thought Adidas was Yeezy.
Was it Adidas?
Yeah, because they said
Well, whoever
Adidas.
it was,
He
it
said
might have been
Adidas
Adidas.
couldn't drop me, and then Adidas dropped him
Yeah.
immediately.
It was like $200-something million. I was like, damn. So they're trying to negotiate him back? I
No,
was
they'll
like,
figure
bruh.
something else out.
Oh yeah, that's way too much money to be leaving up there. Who cares what he talks about?
Well, no, I don't
Sells
think they're
that
gonna.
money.
I don't think they're gonna get hit back. I bet they get somebody else, and they're
They're
gonna be like,
already in
"Hey,
contract with him. They're already talking with him. He might be something underground. I mean, his name still carries crap for some odd reason.
yeah, you know who's you know what's gonna be the ironic part is now the white supremacists are gonna want to buy his shoes, and they're gonna be like, "Yeah, I'm rocking the Yeezys."
Yeah.
Woo! Look at that, they got the Confederate flag right there. You see that right there?
See if he was smart.
Roll
He
Tide.
makes some roll tide.
Roll Tide,
Shout out to my cousin Derek who likes Alabama. Roll tide.
Roll Tide.
Then he makes some Yeezy like those cowboy boots. They make mad money. All the people buy them Yeezy boots.
Go on down to the square dance with my Yeezys. Yeehaw!
Those 10-gallon hats. There's a 5-gallon hats or 10
I think
gallon.
it's 10 gallon. I mean, you know, maybe the 5 gallon they sell them at the
Little-
Dollar General. You know,
Family Dollar.
the Family Dollar. You can get them at the Dollar Tree for $1.25. It's a 5 gallon hat. You know, it's a little marked down.
Little markdown.
A little marked down. You know, it's a little scuff on it, but it's just like it's still good. Where's my Yeezys at? I got to go get me a wife. Or maybe a husband. I've been watching them lion documentaries. Looks like fun.
Oh my God.
We just lost a whole demographic.
Gone.
Or at the very least, they now like you way better. And they're just like, I can't believe it.
Where are you getting this colored kid from on this show?
He's the good one.
Oh man. Oh no, I guess
We have to, at one point, we have to get 10 gallon hats, like 100 episodes from now. We just got to put them on. Just yeehaw.
That
And
is
do a
from
do a whole episode just like that, talking like that. How's your week today?
Got that straw. Chewing on that straw on the side.
Melinda, bring me some lemonade. It is a scorcher.
On the low, lemonade is amazing.
I know, it really is.
Yeah. Lemonade's up there. Best drink.
Now, okay. I know, psychological thing. What do you personally think? So, like, you have, like, cheese, white or yellow.
Okay.
I feel like sometimes they taste different.
Yeah.
Yellow cheese taste. Regular lemonade or pink lemonade?
Pink lemonade's by far the best.
Right.
By far.
It just tastes better,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
I can't explain, because it's the same thing, it's just pink.
and you can't explain it.
but it tastes better.
And it's even like the texture is different. Like it just goes down better. And you're more refreshed. Not to say there's nothing wrong with regular lemonade, but pink lemonade hits different.
Exactly.
It hits different.
It really does. Why? But that's the thing. I
tell
never
me.
understood. Why?
Still telling. It's like Kool-Aid. Kool-Aid just hits different. I mean,
What's your go-to Kool-Aid flavor? Gun to your head.
well, see, in the black society, we don't have flavors. We have
Color.
colors.
What's your...
There's only one
My apologies.
true... You would say grape. Grape is the only one that technically has a name. But my favorite is red. I mean, you get that red, my man, you get that red. That red
Let's go.
goes down, son. The
Red.
red Kool-Aid goes down.
Yes.
But
Grape is good.
grape is okay.
I like the orange, actually, but it's tough to find anywhere. They like abandoned orange, like every brand does.
Well, they should, because orange is utterly disgusting. In anything.
Let's
You know what I'm
not
saying?
ruin the good time we're having here.
No, we're gonna ruin it, 'cause orange is disgusting.
good. There is something about that artificial orange flavor that just hits the spot.
Did I ever tell you the story when my parents came to visit me? Right. This was like 3 years ago, right?
Okay.
So they come to visit me, pick them up from the airport. So we're driving back to the cut in the whipping. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So my dad was like, "Yo, we got to stop at the dollar spot." I was like, "Bro, why are we stopping at the dollar spot? We got everything at the crib. You don't need anything." He was like, "Because I know you ain't got no Kool-Aid at the house no more." So I was like, "Damn, I don't have any Kool-Aid at the house." So we had to stop, get like 10 things of Kool-Aid. And you got to get that big old thing of sugar that's like officially this big and like that thick. Because you got to put at least 7 spoonfuls in the
It's the only right way to do it.
It's the only way to do it. Other than that, you're drinking water. Who freaking needs that, bro?
What? Red water. Get out of here.
Not red water, but red. Boy.
The red hits.
Red hits.
The red hits.
You know what's pretty good, too? V8 Splash. You ever had V8 Splash?
No, I have not.
Bruh. And they got like 39 different flavors of it. All banging. Haven't had one that was bad yet. I hit them all.
Fair enough.
V8 Splash.
When I was
Drink it.
When I was young, I have my pal Zane. We are good friends to this day. When we were in our youth, we had our ups and downs. We feuded for several years, and then we both at some point just like he moved for like a year to Florida, and then he came back. We were all good. It's just like he was happy to be back, happy to see me. I was happy to see him. It was all good.
Right.
So there's this one time where like I'm a sophomore in high school. He's a freshman. And I'm supposed to go to his place after, after school.
Okay.
And he's having a bunch of the boys over, and he's like, "Hey, can I borrow can you bring your Xbox?" And I was like, "Yeah. I just got to go do this thing after work or after school, and then I'll be over." And he's like, "Well, they're going to be there after school. Can I borrow your Xbox, my 360?" And I'm like,
his voice, he got some bass in his voice when he
"No,
said
he
it?
was just like, let me just borrow it."
All right.
I was like, "No, I don't think I will." Because the last thing I need is to leave my Xbox 360 there,
Right.
come back, and then find out something has happened to my Xbox 360.
Right.
It's not him I don't trust. It's,
His boys. You don't know his boys?
It's no, I knew them.
Oh, you did
But
know
it's
them?
just, it's Zane I trust, Tony was there, whatever.
Yeah.
But I was just like, that's my Xbox 360. I paid for that with my own money. It was the first console I ever bought with like cash that I earned. And I was like, I don't think I will. No.
Right.
So I go over there after, and I'm like, "Hey, do you still want me to come over?" He's like, whatever. You can tell tensions are high. So I bring it over. We start playing Call of Duty. I'm thinking I'm good. I get my ass kicked, whatever. And he's like offering people Kool-Aid. I'm like, "Yo, can I have some?" He's like, "No."
What?
I'm like,
Yo.
"What?" And he's like, "You knew I couldn't entertain these people, and you wouldn't let me borrow your Xbox." And I'm like, if you couldn't entertain these people, whose fault is that?
Why you bring them to the crib if you can't entertain?
I'm like, how is that my fault? So we are at each other's throats. I leave. Tony comes with me because Tony and I are tight back in that day.
Yeah.
We're still good, but like me and him, we're like, tight. So he leaves with me, and I'm like so mad. I'm like, bro, like this is so stupid. Like I can't believe this. Like the next day, we're at school. I see Zane. I'm like, "Yo, man, are we cool?" He's like, "Oh yeah, we're cool." I'm like, "What the fuck?" He's like, "I'm just mad. Don't worry about it. We're good." And so the next time I go over, he's like, "Hey, you want some Kool-Aid?"
See, what you should have did, you should have brought your own Kool-Aid. You'd be like, I already got it. I don't need your Kool-Aid, dog.
Delicious. I don't need you to get my fix.
He probably had some nasty Kool-Aid too.
No.
He probably did. He probably had like that.
No. Jamaican household. His grandma made it.
Okay.
His grandma made it. He made the Kool-Aid. As they got older, he made the Kool-Aid, but he made it her way. It was phenomenal.
Because it passes generation by generation.
Dude,
you have to teach
it was
the
perfect.
young.
It was perfect Kool-Aid.
Yes. You got to
You
teach.
couldn't. You could not see through it.
Okay.
It was dense.
It was dense?
It was dense with sugar.
See, if you, can put your hand in it, and then it pours out your hand, and you see nothing but grime and
granulated
grindle.
sugar. You know,
That's all you
like
see.
if your Kool-Aid is not cloudy, it's not done yet. It's not done. If you
Put
can
it
see
back.
through it, if you put it in a glass and you hold it up to light and you can see the light, your Kool-Aid is not done cooking. Put it back in the oven.
It's not done.
It's not done until you can hold it up to a light and you're like, I got nothing. Let's do this. If your Kool-Aid looks like this, you did it wrong. This is still not enough.
Right? You should
can
not
hold that up to the light. I can see light.
Yeah, you can't.
You can see light.
If
It
you
doesn't-
hold up the Kool-Aid,
this is not enough.
You cannot see through it. You should not be able to see the wall when you look through the Kool-Aid. At all.
Let me see if I can get this.
At all.
Let me turn on the flashlight. Let me see if we can. You
See?
can
You
see
can't do
that.
it. Nope.
You see how you can see
Terrible.
that? It's not ready. It's not ready. It's not ready for human consumption.
Girl, where your seasoning at?
Season your goddamn Kool-Aid. Just get the bag of sugar and start pouring. It's 1 part Kool-Aid, 2 parts sugar,
Yes, half part water.
half part water.
Perfect blend.
Like, you know, you don't want to get to the point where after you take a drink, you're like,
Popping up powder. Just
this is delicious. It's not the ideal Kool-Aid scenario.
yeah, you don't want to follow. You don't want the chaser to be whiskey.
Yeah, you just don't want to. You don't want to be like, gotta water. You don't want to have to chase your Kool-Aid with moisture.
Oh God, that's
Take a shot of powder, a shot of like
Right.
Aquafina, and
Right.
it's just like, yeah, hit me with more of that.
so. This Kool-Aid segment was brought to you by Lewis.
I need a stupid picture of him so I can just put cursive right. Lewis.
Lewis. Oh, bruh. Oh my God. Oh, jeez, I don't know, man.
So,
I don't know. There's so much. There's so much.
where are we at on there?
47, huh? Yeah. Well, I think it's about time to cut this
You
one.
wanna just- okay.
We might. I mean, 'cause, we can talk forever, so we want to
We
keep the
got
people.
some stuff to go over. There's nothing.
Yeah.
there. I was just
We like to give out some shout outs.
shout outs.
Shout outs to, let's see who will be today. Let's give a shout out to Sam.
To Sam.
Sam,
What up, girl?
what it do? What it do?
Hey, Sam, hold on. This is based on, she'll get it. You're not that guy. She
remember-
called, no, I have a friend who always calls me Christopher.
Yeah.
He does it to annoy me, but now it's a term, it's an endearment thing. So she called me Christopher today because she knows I've told her that story. And she calls me, I said, you're not that guy. Which is true. She's
true.
not that guy.
True. Yo,
And she's like, I'm that girl. And I'm like, but you're not that guy.
she's about that life, though.
Yeah.
She's about that life.
Yeah.
Shout out to my cousin Chuck. Big ups. Giving mad love to the podcast and the YouTube channel.
Shout out to my boy Tony. He's the one who
Facts.
commented last week and said, I have that shirt.
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
Tony.
Big ups,
Yeah.
Tony.
Shout out to Tony.
Yo, who was the dude that said it must have been a Nissan?
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know who that was either.
I don't know who that was, but thank you.
But I'll
and
hunt
now
you
he
down.
owns a Nissan.
Now
so
I own a Nissan. No hate mail.
now it was a Nissan. Speaking of hate mail, you can send us love or hate Thursday, Friday crew at gmail.com. I'm double checking it now. I'm like, let me just be 100% here. Thursday, Friday crew at gmail.com. Right into the show. Send us stuff to talk about. Ask us questions, send us feedback, send us stuff. If you
Anything.
want us to grade something on a scale of 1 to 10,
Let us know.
send it in.
We're more than happy. We appreciate the love. I mean, we had,
Bring the crew to the show. Be a part of the show with us.
people, we had almost 200 views in 5 days.
That is a win.
We
That's
appreciate
incredible.
everything. We're hopefully to span our horizons. We got some merch coming.
Do we?
That
Are we doing?
Thursday,
Okay. Well,
Friday crew merch.
we're talking about it as a joke, but we got some good ideas.
We got some merch coming. That'll be in the future. But
We'll figure that out.
as always,
Oh, socials. We have socials now too. Real quick.
tell me.
I believe it was TF Crew Show. I believe.
I don't know. Lewis 2 had a whole bunch of stuff on there, so you get things confused with.
No, I'm sorry. It's the. I apologize. Let me pull this up. The TF Crew Show on Twitter and on Hive Social. If you are also one of those people who was like me and said, "Boy, sure seems like Twitter's going to burn to the ground. Let me find an alternative." We're on Hive Social.
Also, on Twitter.
I said that.
I don't know if you did.
I'm
I probably stopped listening to him. At
Yeah.
some
No.
point,
No.
probably, but go on.
On the gram.
Or on the gram.
What are we on the gram? You set the gram. See, he laughed at me for checking. He laughed at me for checking. At least I knew it and was just double checking.
Well,
the man doesn't even know what he did.
The phone one. Thursday, Friday crew. 2 on the gram.
We're two. Okay.
We're 2. Because
Well,
there's
there's two of us.
See, look at you. See? Don't hate on your boy with the marketing skills. You know what I'm saying? Don't hate on your boy with the marketing skills. That's how we do. But, yeah, we do appreciate the love from everybody. You know, my man Christian and I, we appreciate it all.
Really though, really do. Like for real. Thank you guys for making this special.
Facts. Hope we entertained y'all today.
I think this was better in every way than episode 1.
Felt good. But as always, you can always be part of the crew.
The Thursday, Friday crew.
Peace.